How's it going, people? On Thursday, Xbox held my favorite event of theirs, the Developer Direct. Keeping a 3-year tradition, this event focuses on 4 to 5 games that get an in-depth look presented by the developers themselves. This was a really good one, probably my favorite one so far, as every game shown I want to play so badly. Before I get into it, if you enjoy this content, please consider leaving a like and subscribe. At the very start, it was made clear that everything shown is available on both Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Cloud Play Anywhere services. Game Pass truly is the gift that keeps on giving. This year's Direct was announced as 3 games, South of Midnight, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and Doom the Dark Ages, but there was also a secret unannounced game. It was with this mystery that the Direct begun. Unveiled immediately was Team Ninja showcasing Ninja Gaiden 4. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound was only just announced at the Game Awards last month, so this franchise is really getting some love at the moment. Ninja Gaiden 4 though looks really fun, taking everything I love from Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden 2 and re-implementing it here with some additions. This will be the first mainline entry to the franchise for 10 years. Team Ninja are collaborating with Platinum Games of Nier and Bayonetta fame to create this experience, which is a very exciting prospect on paper. First off, while Ryu Hayabusa did appear in the trailer, he will not be the main character. We will take control of Yakumo, another aspiring master ninja. Ryu's motivations in this game are unknown, but we do know Yakuma is of the Raven clan, who are rivals of the Hayabusa clan. There was a lot of gameplay shown, and there's plenty of gore, spectacle boss fights, and new traversal added with rail sliding and swinging. For combat, they have introduced instant kill attacks, as well as a focus on multi-enemy encounters. These will lean on the 2 new combat styles, Nue and Raven. They have also brought back fan favorite combos and moves, some of which you can see in the footage here. They announced that this game will be released in fall of this year, but that wasn't it. For all the Ninja Gaiden fans, there was a one more thing. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, a revamp of Ninja Gaiden 2 with significant upgraded graphics in Unreal Engine 5, as well as the ability to play as other characters. Oh, and it's available right now. Ninja Gaiden 2 is my favorite in the franchise, and I have such amazing memories of playing it back in the Xbox 360 days. I can't wait to dive into it this weekend. Next, we moved off to Montreal, Canada to see one of my most anticipated Xbox first-party games of this year, South of Midnight. Developers Compulsion Games haven't exactly made big hits in the past. I liked We Happy Few well enough, but it didn't blow me away. And I haven't even played Contrast, but it doesn't exactly have glowing reviews. South of Midnight, on the other hand, looks absolutely incredible. A game that is just packed with creativity and lore, and now, after this showing, substance. It is set in the Deep South and follows Hazel, a 19-year-old girl in the search of her mum. She is chosen to be a magic weaver by the land itself and sets off on a journey in which she encounters several legends of folklore. Every single mythical creature they showed here looked awesome. The weaving itself is centered as the pillar of this game, and it is used in both traversal and combat. The combat was the main concern for me of previous showings, but it looked much better here. There are multiple enemy types in which weaving spells will have different effects on each of them. This will allow the chaining of abilities when dealing with enemy groups. They showed vast skill trees for the spells and abilities, which means the mechanics are a lot more in depth than I originally thought. The story feels like it's going to be one of a kind. Each being of folklore that Hazel encounters is marred by tragedy, and she must learn about these in order to conquer them. The first stage of this is the boss fights, which look epic, and Compulsion Games said that they will be accompanied by a strong soundtrack to add to the spectacle. Lastly, the environments of the Deep South look gorgeous, especially in the stop motion animation style the studio have adopted. I personally can't wait to get my hands on this game, and it's not even that far away, as the release date was revealed to be April 8th. Next, we traveled off to a third-party partnership to explore the new-to-the-block studio Sandfall Interactive. Their game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33, gained a lot of attention at the initial showing last summer in the Xbox showcase. It is a turn-based RPG set in late 19th century France. The devs said it will have a story with great emotional depth and adult mature characters who will have conflicting outlooks on situations. It won't just be a classic good versus evil approach, which is music to my ears, as I'm always about the narrative in games. Your team will consist of several humans, but also some creatures, both of which were shown here. They are adding real real-time reaction to the turn-based combat for things like parries and dodges, which isn't something completely new, but it is something I certainly prefer. Expedition 33 looks like a much larger title than I imagine most people thought it would be. Firstly, each character has their own custom skill trees and special abilities. In addition to this, each can have a selection of passive abilities from lists of hundreds, which will undeniably lead to endless build varieties and playstyles. Secondly, they are bringing back a full navigable 3D world map, which will contain lots of hidden paths and secret areas containing optional bosses and treasures. April is starting to look real juicy, as this one is going to hit on the 24th. The final showing, and probably a lot of people's favorites, was Doom: The Dark Ages. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and so developers id Software stated it would be a perfect entry to the franchise for newcomers. It will definitely be an attractive prospect to old school Doom fans too, as they are ditching the agility-based movement of Doom Eternal to return to a more stationary Slayer. In the words of id, you will feel like an iron tank focused on power. A core part of this playstyle choice are the new weapons, first of which is the chainsaw shield, which can be used to throw, block, and parry. There is also the iron flail, which is part of 3 melee weapons and a whole new close combat system. The glory kill system is back and can be executed from any angle. Don't worry though, they haven't got rid of the guns. There's still loads of guns. My favorite still being the one that crushes a skull and spews out fragments of bone. id are definitely leaning into the power fantasy in this game, as the Doomslayer just looks absolutely unstoppable in the footage. Just to add to the extreme power, they have included a 30-story mech and a fully weaponized fire-breathing tech dragon to your arsenal. It just looks so badass. There also seems to be more focus on story here, and they have taken a lot of codex reading out to add to the spoken cutscenes instead. Unexpected for a Doom game, they have added side paths and explorable areas in which treasures can be found to unlock hidden abilities. This gives it a sandboxy feel, which would be new for the franchise. The soundtrack is described as metal with medieval vibes, which just sounds sick, as let's be honest, you cannot have Doom without a metal soundtrack. This game will hit on May 15th. In the end, we got 5 games at the developer_direct, which is keeping to tradition, but interestingly, every single one except from Ninja Gaiden 4 is releasing in the first half of this year. Couple that with a shadow drop and the fact that every single one is going to be in Game Pass, it was undeniably a great show. I really hope Xbox keep doing these, as I'm enjoying them more and more each year, and it's so nice to see the game shown from the perspective of the devs. 2025 is shaping up to be an all-time year for gaming, and we don't even have release dates for anything in the second half yet. From now until May, we have everything shown in this event, plus Avowed, Assassin's Creed, Monster Hunter Worlds, Yakuza Pirate in Hawaii, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Civ 7, Lost Records Bloom and Rage, and Split Fiction, to name a few. We still have the Switch 2 launch games to be revealed, and then GTA 6, Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding 2, Fable, Gears of War E-Day, Hades 2, No Rest for the Wicked, Mafia, Borderlands 4, and Judas don't have firm release dates. It's going to be an absolute mental year for all who love video games, and I'm having such a good time. Leave a comment below with what you thought of the show and what games you are most excited for. If you want to see more of this content, please leave a like and subscribe, and for everything casual gamer, keep it here. Peace and love.